Well, welcome to another video of a Stuart Boatworks recent launch. This is another 26-foot Stuart that's on its way to North Carolina to its new owner. This particular model is more of our sport fish version. It has the Key West hardtop, unlike our standard hardtop. And as we get up in the boat, you'll see it does not have forward seating. Instead, it has our walk-around coffin box arrangement. It's also powered by a pair of 150 Mercuries, their new 4-stroke motors. So let's climb aboard and take a look. Well, this being a fish boat configuration, you notice that there's no stern seat in the back here because of its hardcore fish nature. This design, of course, is like an inboard boat, gives you complete protection in the cockpit. You're not worried about falling into the splash well by chance. He's opted for a saltwater washdown aft under the deck cap. Fresh water is over on the starboard side. As we move here into the bilge, of course, you can see the great bilge access. 1,000-watt transducer, great access to the live well pump, to the seacock handle, saltwater washdown, seacock handle, fuel filters, bilge pumps. Everything is immediately accessible. And you can literally get down in the bilge and go aft if you need it to. This gentleman opted to have this. This is an insulated fish box to begin with, but he opted to have a diaphragm pump put on it to evacuate any fish as well. Fish blood and guts and things of that nature. So it's a secondary box for days where you're maybe catching Spanish mackerel or you're bottom fishing and snapper and grouper, things of that nature. I also like to point out the drain system, no fittings. There's a fiberglass track up underneath the deck, and the water drains right into that track, ties into this track, as you can see aft there. Then it tees, goes outboard and directly overboard. No water goes in the bilge on our boats. Also, they fit the way they should fit. Probably couldn't even hear the air sound as that closes, but it's designed right. As we move forward, again being a fish boat, he did opt for our 40-gallon leaning post live well. I was just counting up the rod holders. There's 22 rod holders on this boat per his specs, in addition to the undergunnel rod holders that can hold, numerous rods, maybe 6 to 8 per side, depending on the size of the rods. So yeah, leaning post live well, moldable rod holders. Tackle drawers on either side of the live well, fairly simplistic, easily accessible type things you want to keep on board, like swivels and hooks and things of that nature. Storage below the cushion. When we get to the helm here, kind of a neat thing, he went with two 12-inch 7212 Garmins, so his complete ability to read a chart plotter with the XM satellite weather, and also read his dual frequency sounder. Went with a Fusion stereo and an ICOM handheld wired VHF radio. Also, he opted for an enclosure. Again, this boat's going to North Carolina, where the customer fishes 60 to 80 miles offshore on a regular basis. So this has a 3-piece enclosure, no windshield, and what you don't see, but you can see the tracks, the boat's equipped with storm wings that roll up out of the way for storm conditions, roll down, secure under the gunnel with a bungee cord, and provide a complete enclosure, especially for the early and late seasons, because it gets chilly there, as you can imagine. The console is also outfitted because of this Key West hardtop that he opted for. Key West hardtop has a shape that goes in and allows for rod holders on the side of the console. 4 rod holders on each side, so that actually takes the number of rod holders up to 30 rod holders. But you can see that we didn't just simply go out, and purchase a set of rod holders and slap them on the side. No, we have a mold specifically designed so we match up with the same quality rod holders, hidden fasteners, and it's a very nice system, and of course that all drains as well. As we move forward, this is where the boat really becomes that hardcore fish boat. Instead of having the forward seating like several of our boats, this boat takes advantage of our standard flush floor that allows you to walk all the way forward with free walking around, and your freeboard being accessible all the way forward. And he opted for the optional 170 quart frigid rigid coffin box. Now below this box is our standard massive insulated fish box, and with one switch at the helm, this gives you complete access to our standard insulated box. And I think if you look on our website, you'll see in one of the pictures that I'm actually down in that box, and we could have easily closed the lid on me. So you have your best of both worlds there. Two giant fish boxes here in addition to the aft fish box. The anchor locker being a top access anchor locker, very important for offshore, as opposed to maybe one on a vertical wall or down in a locker further aft. This gives you great access to, again, a very, very large anchor locker. In this case, he opted for us to be able to hang two anchors, a bow anchor and a stern anchor, and just a huge, huge compartment. No hardware, as per his request, to keep it as simple as possible, less things to break. It's designed to lay over on the tow rail. Big backing plate behind this, a big stainless steel backing plate. You can see that on our website as well. So here's this guy's fishing machine, built to fish 60 to 80 miles offshore North Carolina in the worst of conditions. Everything he wanted, and yet as simple as he wanted as well at the same time. So this is what we can do for you, build you a boat specifically to fit your needs. Just as a short PS to this video, I wanted to mention that this customer went with the twin 150s for their fuel efficiency for sure, but one of the really great features, because he's going to be fishing so far offshore, is that this boat will actually run 30 miles an hour with one motor trimmed up out of the water. So if he's in a get-home situation, has a mechanical failure, he's got the ability to run home with the proper running attitude, and that's all due to our rounded bilge, our deep forefoot, and the fact that this boat not only comes on plane effortlessly, but also stays on plane at a low speed. This boat's actually on plane around 16 to 18 miles per hour. That is why this boat can run on a single 150 to get you home safely. All right, thanks again. We'd love to build a boat for you.